getting into equity research analyst role. If it is your plan, then don't skip this video, because in this video I'll be talking about how you can get into an equity research analyst role as a trainee. Yes, that is right, even before you qualify. In this video we have Karan with us, who has done his industrial training as an equity research analyst from Nuvama, and we will deep dive into his experience and insight on how to get these similar opportunities. Do give this video a thumbs up if you like this and share with your friends. So let's get started.
Hi Didi, thanks for having me here, and I'm excited to.
So before starting, let's have your brief introduction.
Yes. So hello everyone. I'm Karan Nankani, a recently qualified chartered accountant, and I'm excited to be here today to talk on a topic that's really close to my heart: industrial training for CA student. Having gone through the entire CA journey myself, including a memorable stint at the Nuvama Institutional Equities, I've seen firsthand how important industrial training is for shaping your career. I've had my share of successes and challenges, and today I want to share my experiences, tips, and insights to help you make the most out of this critical phase. So let's dive in.
Yeah, sure. My first question is, what exactly is equity research role? होता क्या है इसमें?
Yes sir, yes दीदी. So उसमें दीदी होता कैसे है कि any event, कोई भी event जिससे कंपनी के बिजनेस या कंपनी के स्टॉक पे इम्पैक्ट आता है, उस पे आपको फर्स्ट हैंड उस इवेंट के बारे में पूरा नॉलेज लेना होता है, एंड उस इवेंट के कारण कंपनी पे, बिजनेस पे क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा एंड हाउ द स्टॉक प्राइसेस विल रिएक्ट इज व्हाट द प्राइमरी जॉब ऑफ द equity research analyst is. So let's say considering for a banking company, if RBI comes up with a new regulation, how it will impact the banks or NBFCs, what impact do this event will have on their margins, on their interest income, other income, and how the market will react to it. तो उस बेसिस पे आपको शेयर की प्राइस पे 1 year forward आपको प्राइसिंग देना होता है कि whether to buy a stock or to sell a stock. So I was a part of their institutional equities domain. So उसमें भी 2 domains होते हैं. One is for institutional buyers and sellers, and another is for retail buyers and sellers. So wherein you give recommendations to them कि whether to go long on a stock or to short a stock, and accordingly, मतलब कुछ लोग हैं जिनके पास मोटा पैसा है, एंड आप बेसिकली उनको रिसर्च के बेसिस पे एडवाइस करते हो कि आपको स्टॉक सेल करना चाहिए या बाय करना चाहिए. So that is what the primary job of equity research analyst is.
Interesting. So you analyze stock. Does this equity research role help you to make better investment decisions?
Yes, obviously. So while being a part of equity research industry, you basically tend to have you tend to get knowledge of 2 industries. One is how the equity research industry works, and another is the sector which you are covering. So like I was a part of banking and NBFC's team, which used to cover banks and NBFC stock. तो वहाँ पे I got to learn about how banks and NBFC companies work, the entire framework under which they work, they run their businesses in, और उसके साथ ही साथ how the equity research and broking industry works per se.
Great. So how does an equity research analyst day looks like?
So the like what usually happen is the major clients that the Nuvama institutional equities had were based out of Singapore. So the day usually starts a bit earlier, like around 6:30 for the lead analyst, क्योंकि जो buyers और sellers हैं, institutional buyers. So basically early mornings client calls होते थे, which the lead analyst used to connect with them and जो भी उनकी मीटिंग में बातें चलती थी. बट देन उसके बाद एक मॉर्निंग कॉल होता है, वेरिन जो पास्ट डे में आपने कुछ रिपोर्ट्स रिलीज करी होगी या कुछ इवेंट हुआ होगा जिससे कुछ स्टॉक्स के लिए या कंपनीज के लिए ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स बन सकते हैं, उसके बेसिस पे द रिसर्च एनालिस्ट सेल्स टीम को गाइड करता है कि दिस इज द रिसर्च दैट वी हैव कंडक्टेड इन, एंड बेसिस दिस दीज आर द आइडियाज दैट यू कैन पिच टू द certain buyers and sellers. फिर उसके बाद usually everyone reaches the office before the market starts. So by 8:45 फिर वहाँ से काम चालू हो जाता है. So there's not a certain way. It's very flexible in terms of what work you will be doing it. But as an industrial trainee, so since I was working at the bottom of the pyramid, मेरा basically role supporting role ही था कि whatever the lead research analyst wants, get it done. तो उसमें बहुत सारे, अब होता क्या है, बड़े institutional buyers and sellers, they have day-to-day queries, like कुछ अगर event हो गया तो उससे क्या triggers हो सकते हैं, क्या impact आएगा, या फिर उन्हें कुछ data points चाहिए तो फिर वो data points को deep digging करके उसका crux निकालना. फिर अगर if a new regulation has come in, so उसका exposure certain companies को कितना है. So let's say the Adani Hindenburg case happened, so which banks and NBFCs had exposure to the Adani group. So ऐसे अलग-अलग data queries आती है, which then you have to work upon it, and then basis the work you have done, आप क्रक्स लीड एनालिस्ट के साथ बैठ के डिस्कस करते हो, एंड देन लीड एनालिस्ट पिचेस टू द सेल्स टीम और द client directly. So it's a बहुत flexible होता था. And then so our office was located in BKC, Adani Inspire. So everyone usually office leave कर जाते थे by 4:30 p.m. और आगे का जो काम भी होता था but वो complete करना होता था. So usually normal hours में I tend to get free around 6 p.m. बाकी जब बिजी सीजन होता है, जब रिजल्ट्स सीजन होता है कंपनीज का ड्यूरिंग द अर्निंग्स रिलीज एंड कॉन कॉल्स, तो उसमें देन यू हैव टू वर्क अप टू 12 a.m. on a regular basis. That lasts for around 40 days, 30 to 35 days. Yes, that tenure is hectic. But then you tend to gain a lot of exposure of how the top management thinks and all. So it's worth the effort.
Understood. So how much money equity research trainee can expect? I mean, give us a range, stipend range.
So the minimum stipend criteria that has been set by the ICI is usually around 15,000. So the range currently which a trainee can expect is from 15,000 up to 40 to 50,000. So it is between 35 to 40,000. Yes, exactly.
You got into equity research role even before getting a professional degree. How did you do that? How did you apply it? Walk us through your journey. Walk us through that.
Yes. So what happened is कि जैसे इंटर क्लियर हो जाता है किसी भी सीए स्टूडेंट का, सो द प्राइमरी गोल जो एक आर्टिकल का होता है दैट इज टू गेट इनटू बिग फोर कंपनीज. सो मेरा भी सेम वैसे ही था. जैसे इंटर एग्जाम्स क्लियर हुए, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई कुडंट सिक्योर अ रैंक, बट अब था कि बिग फोर में तो जाना ही है. सो स्टार्ट ऑडिट आई सिक्योर्ड अ पोजीशन as a staff accountant in BSR and LLP, which is a network firm of KPMG firm affiliates in Pune, into the statutory audit domain. But that journey lasted pretty short. 2 महीने में समझ में आ गया कि इसमें करियर बनाना नहीं है, वहाँ जाना नहीं. तो then I resigned from there and got into a mid-sized firm based out of Nagpur. वहाँ पे वैरायटी का काम सीखा. सो पर से ऐसा कोई प्लान नहीं था कि आई वांट टू वेंचर इनटू इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग और इक्विटी रिसर्च टू बी स्पेसिफिक. बट देन कुछ इवेंट्स ऐसे हुए जिससे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली एंड आई काइंड ऑफ एनकास्ड ऑन इट. सो व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स विद whom I used to stay in Pune during my tenure at KPMG, he was working with Avendus Capital into their institutional equities domain. So he had one of his friends who was working at Nuvama, and then there he came to know कि there's a internal vacancy and the company is looking to hire someone as a trainee. So what we used to do is, me and my friend used to exchange my resumes after 2-3 months on a regular basis, क्योंकि फिर एक बार से qualified हम हो गए, उसके बाद से पूरा बैठ के एक साथ ना बनाना पड़े. So this is the exercise that we used to do it. So मेरा updated resume उसके पास already था, and what he did, मुझसे बिना पूछे उसने मेरा resume वहाँ forward कर दिया, and he told me कि I have shared your resume. So then I got a call from the manager कि we have received your resume and we are considering your profile for this and this position. So are you willing to are you looking forward toward it? फिर उसके बाद कॉल पे उन्होंने इंटरव्यू लिया which lasted for around 40-45 minutes. कुछ ऐसे मैंने preparations नहीं करी थी उसके लिए, but what I used to do on a regular basis was to go through the newspapers. So I was aware what the current जो business scenarios were shaping up into the market. So वो basis पे बात हुई, और normal से जो basically AFM के valuations chapter जो chapters है which cover valuations and stuff. So मैंने recently ही मतलब वो ताज़ा मैंने तब AFM पढ़ा हुआ था, so वो भी थोड़ा था, तो that also helped. और जो नागपुर में मैं फॉर्म में काम करता था वहाँ पे कुछ रेशियो एनालिसिस वगैरह पे भी काम किया था. सो that part also helped me. उसके बाद फिर एक इंटरव्यू राउंड और हुआ, and fortunately I was able to clear up the interview rounds and hence got shortlisted or selected for the role.
What is the standard process of hiring then? Do companies go to open platform like LinkedIn for hiring?
So usually what happens is, this industry per se is very small in terms of numbers. So generally open platforms पे सब vacancies आते नहीं है. It's good if you have some connections. वरना एक चीज जो हम कर सकते हैं, which I think I can spell out a secret, let's say, is that you can open up the con calls of various companies, which is available on the BSE website BSE पर available होता है. उसमें you get to know, like let's say if you want to go into equity research, team which covers FMCG companies. So what you can do is, you can open the con calls of, let's say, an FMCG company, Dabur और Marico. आप वो con calls अगर go through करोगे तो starting में कोई management brief करता है कि how the businesses have been for a particular period. उसके बाद there is a Q&A session. वो Q&A session में लीड एनालिस्ट होते हैं अलग अलग कंपनीज से, लाइक से जेपीएम, मॉर्गन स्टैनले, वो लोग क्वेश्चन करते हैं एंड देन द मैनेजमेंट रिप्लाइज टू इट. तो आपको उनका नाम पता चल जाएगा फ्रॉम द कॉन कॉल्स. यू कैन ट्राई कनेक्टिंग देम ओवर लिंक्डइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स, और आजकल किसी की ईमेल आईडी निकालना इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील. सो यू कैन ट्राई योर हैंड्स ऑन द कोल्ड ईमेलिंग. ट्राई कोल्ड ईमेलिंग देम. अगर कुछ पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्स आता है तो इट्स गुड, वरना द ओनली इजिएस्ट वे इज कि आपको इंटरनल रेफरेंसिंग बहुत काम आएगी इसमें. सो यू नीड टू मेक सम गुड कनेक्शंस.
That's a nice secret hack to get an equity research opportunity, I must say. So, if someone got selected for an interview, how to prepare for that, and what kind of courses or certifications one can go for to to enhance their chances of shortlist for an equity research trainee role?
So there are few things. Like आपका primarily job वहाँ पे कि आपको कंपनी को वैल्यू करना है. Basis that you have to value a particular stock. So if you have your hands run through on some of the valuation books, or there's a entire video series which is uploaded by Professor Aswad Damodaran on YouTube. So आप उनके पूरे वो series of videos देख सकते हैं, series of lectures देख सकते हैं. That will help you to strong your concepts on valuation. Second is there's one course being run by currently the valuation school, which is run by CA Path Verma sir. Usme they are currently running an equity research cohort, an online module which lasts for around 100 to 120 hours. You can try being a part of it if you can take your time, और आपको certain है कि you want to make your career into the equity research domain. उसके अलावा try reading the newspapers daily on a daily basis. आपको नहीं पता आपको क्या पढ़ा हुआ आपको कब कुछ हेल्प कर जाए.
Okay, got it. Apart from Nuvama, which other companies hire for an equity research trainee role?
Yes, so Avendus Capital, I would name a few. Avendus Capital, Motilal Oswal, then MK Global, then there is BNP Paribas. So basically the domestic firms which are there based out of India, they tend to hire industrial trainees. Global firms like Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan, they do not hire as an industrial trainee, but post qualification you can certainly move into such companies.
What is the chance of getting a PPO and what is the range they offer?
Yes, certainly. So generally, the most scarce thing currently in the world is human capital. So if you have a good skilled labor with you, and if he's or she's performing pretty well, why would you not make them a part of your long-term vision? So generally, the members who tend to perform good and they want to make their careers into this field only, mostly they tend to receive pre-placement offers before even being qualified. So while we start, the salary range generally is around 8 lakhs to 12 to 14 lakhs. But again, this is for the fixed fixed component which I am talking. Is industry mein variable component is a big part. So how the market is performing and how the company performs, basis that you tend to receive bonus part which is close to around 30 to 60%.
Okay, this cover most of my questions which I had shortlisted. Do you want to add something from your experience?
Yes. So one thing which I would love to share with a lot of article trainees is बहुत से लोग articleship के time पे they tend to get comfortable in the environment under which they are working in. 1.5 साल हो जाता है, but अभी तो जैसे 2 साल की articleship हो गई है, तो around 9 महीने के आसपास उनको लगता है कि चीजें settle down हो गई अच्छे से. अब यहाँ से comfort zone के बाहर क्यों निकले, पढ़ाई सही से हो पाएगी कि नहीं, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग करने का रिस्क लेना चाहिए क्या. तो मेरा उसमें यही आंसर होता है कि इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग अगर आप नहीं करने जा रहे हो तो वो ज्यादा बड़ा रिस्क है कंपैरेटिवली. तो अगर आपको सीखने का मौका मिल रहा है, अगर आपको चांस लेने का मौका मिल रहा है, आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज अच्छे मिल रही है, अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मिल रहा है, तो आपको डेफिनेटली अपने हैंड्स ट्राई करना चाहिए. क्योंकि पोस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन आप थोड़े रिस्ट्रिक्टेड हो जाओगे और आपकी रिस्क एपेटाइट और कम हो जाएगी, ना कि बढ़ेगी. सो जितना आपको चीजें टेस्ट एंड ट्राई करना है, वो टाइम सिर्फ अभी आर्टिकलशिप फेज के टाइम ही आपके पास अवेलेबल है. सो इफ यू आर ट्राइंग, आपको कुछ एक्सपीरियंस करने का कीड़ा है अपने अंदर, तो यू शुड डेफिनेटली ट्राई योर हैंड्स ऑन इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग.
Yeah, thank you so much, Karan, for joining me here and sharing these relevant insights with the audience. And I must say, this would be really helpful. And for all of you watching this, if you have any doubts or questions, you can comment under this video. You can also connect with Karan on LinkedIn. I'll share his LinkedIn ID in the description. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much.